A line has indefinite number of points. Let's say that in our given line has known points, namely point A, point B, and point C. These known points can be used to name this given line. So the notation can be written this way, and it is read as line AB. It can be line BA, line AC, line CA, line BC, or line CB. So there are 6 different ways if you want to name this line using 2 letters if there are 3 known points. Notice that there should be a line written on top of these 2 letters, and to emphasize a line, there must be arrowheads in both directions, which means that it is a line and it extends indefinitely in both directions. Sometimes a line has a single letter to label it. So we can use that letter to name it as well. So we can call this line as line L. A line has different subsets, and one of its subsets is segment. So a segment means if we are only referring to this part of a line from point A going to point B, so it is as short as this line. It is just a subset or a part of this line. So this segment can be named in this way, and this is how the notation is written. And it is read as line segment AB or line segment BA. We are referring to the same segment. Notice that the line drawn on top of the letters, it doesn't have an arrowhead because a segment has 2 endpoints. It has a starting point and it has an endpoint. If we are referring to this part of a line from B going to C, that segment can be named as segment BC or segment CB. While this segment right here from A to C, we can name that as segment AC or segment CA. The other subset of the line is array. So it means it has a starting point and it goes on forever in the other direction or in one direction. So if we want to name this ray, since it started at A and passing through B or C, so we can use any of these letters. We can name that as ray AB or ray AC. So these two different names, they are referring to the same ray. Since it started at A and it passes B, so we can use this. And since it also passes C, we can use the other name. But if we are only referring to this ray, so it started from B, passing through C, so this ray can be written in this way. Notice that the line written on top of the letters, it should be a ray. It has a starting point, then with an arrowhead on the other point. If we are referring to this ray starting from C, going to the left direction, so it passes B or A, so it has 2 different names, ray CB or ray CA. So from C passes to B, then from C passes to A. So both names are referring to this yellow ray right here. But if we are referring to this green ray, so it started at B, so it is named as ray BA, from B passing through A. If we're going to adjoint 2 rays, let's say ray BA and ray BC, it forms an angle. And you can use these points to name an angle. So let's say we are referring to this angle right here. So this can be named as simply angle 1. Or we can use the vertex, which is represented by point B, to name that angle. And we can call this angle as angle B. We can also use the 3-letter name, so angle ABC or angle CBA. Notice that the vertex B should be in the center. So there are 4 different ways to name this given angle. But we are only referring to the same angle. And this is the symbol used to name an angle. So we have another given right here. If you want to name this yellow angle, we can use only a 3-letter name. So this can be named as WXY or YXW. But if we want to name the green angle, we can name that as YXZ or ZXY. We cannot use a single letter name using the vertex because if we will just say angle X, it might be confusing. If which angle are we referring? Is it the yellow angle or the green angle? So in this case, we will use a three-letter name to name an angle.